Now, if you've been considering having a home theater in your home, but you don't have the dedicated space, you don't have a basement that's set up for video, and frankly, all you have is a living room. Well, that's where ultra short throw projectors come in and really make a difference when it comes to home viewing. We're talking about being able to look at screens at anywhere from 80 inches in size all the way up to 150 inches. And this is where the PT1 from Hisense really shines. This is a projector that we recently reviewed in a showdown with many other projectors, and it was one of the top ranking projectors in its class. I've had this projector now for several weeks, maybe a little bit over a month and a half now, and we've been using it as our daily driver, watching movies, and really enjoying the projector. This projector has 2,500 lumens, and that means that it could easily, as you can see here, operate in a room that has light. You don't have to have a complete dark environment. In addition to that, you're looking at, again, a screen size that goes anywhere from 80 all the way up to 150 inches. And this is really defined by how far the projector is from the wall. You don't have to have something that's going to be 20 feet away. We're talking just inches from the wall to get what I have here. And this is 120 inches, and it's no more than not even 15 inches from the wall. So that's pretty incredible. Now, this projector also has a lot of AI in it. It's basically has AI enhancements for brightness and has AI enhancements for color. It also is 3D capable. So if you are into consuming 3D content, you could do that with this projector as well. This projector, again, at nighttime outperforms, does incredibly well. And it also does really well during the daylight. In our tests, both here and then also in a recent roundup, this projector had great black level detail, great light detail. And this is something that's important. If you've ever been watching, let's say, a movie and things have been really dark and you can't see what's going on, you're going to be able to see a lot of detail with this projector. If you've been watching a movie where there's a lot of brightness, but there's really no detail because everything gets overblown, this projector is going to do well in that area as well. It also then has IMAX capabilities. It has all these HDRs, so I'll just list them for you. We're talking about HDR10 plus, you have HDR, you have HLG, and then you also have IMAX. All these type of capabilities, including Dolby surround sound, is going to give you again a great viewing experience as well as an audio experience. It does have speakers, right? So it has two speakers in the front there that are front facing, and it has upward firing speakers as well. So it has 10 watt, and then it also has 8 watt. And that's going to give you a simulated surround sound experience. It's not going to replace the surround sound system, but this is going to give you enough to get you by, I would say, and even more so. We enjoy watching this with the speakers that it has. Now, it does have an auto low latency mode. So if you are interested in gaming, you could game with this projector 12 milliseconds. Now, we use it with Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo Switch. I'm not an avid, I would say, first-person shooter type gamer that is really crazy about making sure my trigger and my the actual characters in sync. But for the things that we've been doing, this has performed well. It does also have an auto sync or auto latency mode as well that really adjusts itself to the actions or the games that you're playing as well. So that gives you a lot of peace of mind. By the way, this thing has Google TV, so that means Netflix, Hulu, all the shows, Apple TV. You think about Prime, all of it's there. You don't have to add anything else to this. This is really a theater in a box or a TV replacement in the box. If you're worried about lifespan, oh my God, 25,000 hours. This is going to outlive any of your viewing experiences. So it's really packed with features, and it's going to do incredibly well in an environment that is light or an environment that is actually nighttime. So let's take a look at the projector. We're going to see its performance. We're going to take a look at the menuing. Again, it has Android, so a lot of the features are pretty standard when it comes to, again, Android TV or Google TV, but you'll see how well this thing performs. Now, as we take a closer look at this projector, this is a very low profile projector, and actually it's relatively small. I just want to put my hand right here so you can see just about 4 fingers in height, right? This area here. It does have adjustment knobs on the bottom. Really nice grill and format. And also what you can tell is this is very close to the wall. It doesn't really take up a lot of space at all. So if I come here on the side and I were to put my hand, I just want to show you how far it is. So this is the wall, right? And it's just about a hand away from it, right? So very, very close, and you're still getting that spectacular image. You do have some built-in speakers, and the sounds are really great. You do have a USB connection here, as well as a power button, which I also like, is on the side right here. So the cool thing is that some of the other projectors, as you're touching the top, you can turn it off by mistake. This one, it's right on the side, and I like that. The overall, again, appearance goes really well with the dark setting, but if this was a white top, this would work well as well. Now, in the back of the projector, you can see that you have several HDMI ports. You have an optical, you have a USB, you have an Ethernet connection, and then you have an audio jack.
for the most part, because it has a built-in operating system, I really don't use any of these. Maybe if I'm going to connect an Xbox or PlayStation, I connect it here, or even a Nintendo Switch, but pretty much I don't use those ports with the exception of having an additional media device or if you're connecting some audio. Now we're testing this projector in my living room. Not so much a dedicated theater room because not a lot of people have a dedicated room. And I wanted to show you the actual TV viewing experience and, for that matter, even movie viewing experience, but in a natural setting. I have 2, 4, 6 windows. You'll notice that they're more diffuser shades, not quite blackout shades, and you can see the kind of image that we're getting here. I do have an Elite screen, ALR screen there, and that's assisting the actual performance of the projector. And we've been using the same screen now for a couple of years now. 120 inches, and you can see how magnificent it looks. We are right now about 20 feet away from the actual screen, and I have a sunken living room. Behind me I have my kitchen, and we're able to watch from the kitchen TV. And again, a massive one, as you can see here. You can see the windows on each side and still how vivid the colors are. Despite that, this projector is not the brightest projector. It still does incredibly well in this setting. Now, we're not going to go through all the menu settings that you have in Android because they're pretty much standard. But I just wanted to bring up using the remote that you see right here, the actual menu button that would bring up that short menu, which is where a lot of what you're going to be using. Also, this remote, really functional remote, has the standard buttons for Netskip, Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, Prime Video, and it also has the ability for you to program your own. And it's a standard remote, works really well, point of sight as well as Bluetooth. Here what you have is the ability to change again, your different picture modes. Everything that we're doing in this test is showcasing the projector as if it was out of the box. I'd say probably 90% of the population, when they get a projector, don't really change any of the settings. Now, while we were doing extensive testing and we were really putting this projector through its paces in the shootout, which, by the way, this did incredibly well, this projector, I'm showing it to you today, just as we did there. Standard out-of-the-box settings, nothing has been changed. You can change and go into different, picture modes, theater mode, sport mode. There's all those theater modes there. I'm going to leave it at standard. You also have sound modes, which if you wanted to connect a home theater to this, you have the option to do that. Right now it's set to auto. You also have a sleep timer. You have laser settings, and we'll go into that in a couple seconds. Your audio output, you have your picture, and if we go into picture, this is where you'll be able to make some adjustments as well. We saw that shortcut where you can go standard, sport, etc. Any kind of settings, you can apply them to all of your sources, so you just do it once and it goes everywhere. And again, these are some of the settings that you can just play with. I'm not going to calibrate colors or any of that kind of stuff. You can do that if you do pick up this projector. Let's bring up the menu one more time. There is, under laser settings, I wanted to show you some of the stuff that's going on in here. So here you basically can adjust this projector for different modes. You can have it front facing, on the ceiling, on the rear, or rear ceiling. So it's going to give you a lot of flexibility. You have auto keystone correction, you have manual keystone correction. And what these are going to do is it's going to basically just show kind of like the dimensionality of the screen, and then you make your adjustments as you need. My screen is not 100% flush, so you can see some of the alignment challenges that I had, but I use the keystoning capabilities to adjust it to fit our needs. You can do focus adjustment. There's an eye protection feature, which if you get close to the laser, it turns off. It is a real laser. If you are consuming 3D content, guess what? It supports it, so you can turn that on as well. And again, or you can have it convert content from 3D to 2D if you don't have the glasses, right? So here you have just standard out-of-the-box settings. I didn't make any changes to any of these things here, so I'm showing you the out-of-the-box experience. Now, this is a series of content that I use when I'm testing projectors. Outside of sitting down and watching movies just like you do, which we do a lot of when we test these projectors, I really run kind of like this gamut that highlights different things. I look at colors. I look at how vivid the colors are, as you can see here. I also look at scenarios where there's a lot of brightness and white level detail to see how much is being blown out and how much is being retained. But what you can see is this projector performs incredibly well, and it's what you come to expect from Hisense. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to speed up a little bit so we can see here. So here's one of those white level details that we talk about. So you can see in the background, you can see some leaves still present right there. Typically, when you have some other projectors, those details are lost.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.